Hello. Welcome. Welcome to today, whatever it is for you. And in this day where I am, and wherever you are joining from, time or space, we will be exploring the freedom on this Memorial Day weekend. The freedom of kindness, and exploring what that means within us internally and maybe externally as well. So I invite you to gather all the props that you would like to support you in this practice today, and to join me in a seated position. Beginning the practice, finding a seated position that is kind to your body. Maybe you find today that you need a little extra support. Maybe a pose that you have done seated doesn't feel kind to the body today. Can you notice that? And allow yourself to find a seated posture that does promote kindness in your body, where you feel supported. Making any adjustments that you need and taking your time to get there. Making any movements. And then allowing yourself to soften the eyes or to close them completely. And to notice first the tone of the thoughts. Meeting any thoughts of judgment of yourself or me or the world, any thoughts that are arising, allowing yourself to meet them with kindness. And curiosity can be the key to changing that tone from one of judgment, agitation, to kindness. Can you allow yourself for a moment to just notice the thoughts that are occurring in the mind with a sense of curiosity? Engaging kindness in the observation. Allowing yourself to be curious about where you are right now. Noticing things that happened before you made it to the mat. Any situations that arose that created a sense of limitation in time, or judging the body. Will I even be able to do yoga today? Maybe somebody seemed to get in the way of this time for you. Maybe you got in your own way. And can you just observe those situations that happened before you arrived in this moment, and the thoughts about them Can you begin to engage curiosity? Maybe that's maybe a challenge to know how to do. I'm just observing that. If you found you got in your own way before meeting here on the mat, noticing that with curiosity may sound something like, isn't that interesting that I was feeling so comfortable in bed, didn't want to leave. Or whatever else the situation may have been. Can you engage a little questioning of what you might be afraid of? Maybe starting the day. If your body might cooperate during your yoga practice, hesitation to get out of bed because you're not really sure. And can you meet that with kindness, noticing what fear may have been happening? Maybe can you say something to yourself like, I'm sorry that you were feeling afraid of this day or of your body. Nicely done arriving on the mat, no matter what got in the way before. If it feels like it was somebody else, can you just notice that they too may have been struggling? Can you engage curiosity about what they may be afraid of? Not having this time with you, or fear that if you go to your bed, they may not have your help with something. Noticing that in the mind of ourselves or other people, there's a lot going on. And we never really know the thoughts of other people. Most often, we're not even paying close attention to what is underlying our own thoughts or behaviors. We take a lot for surface value. Can we allow ourselves to be curious and to go a little bit deeper? to notice the fear. And to be brave enough to engage a sense of curiosity here that will lead us to kindness. And I would suggest that when we engage curiosity, leading to kindness, we then become free. Can you begin to play with that idea? When you engage kindness to yourself, does it feel a little bit lighter? Maybe those thoughts are something like, well, I'll just show up on my mat and do what I'm able to today. Engaging curiosity in others. You're just noticing that they too may be struggling. And can you engage kindness and notice the freedom there as we lift judgment of others, what they're doing? Can we feel our freedom growing? The weight of the world lifting as we shift from judgment to kindness. Allowing yourself to play with this idea as we begin to move. Noticing where judgment of yourself or me or others around you, thoughts that may come up. Just noticing the judgment and practicing engaging curiosity to find kindness and then to feel freedom. Noticing that the stories that we often tell ourselves about ourselves and other people are most often not even true. Even if we believe that they are. Can you allow yourself to know that we never really know? Engaging in beginner's mind in each moment, being curious. Allowing a sense of freedom. Taking a moment to put into your own words what you would like for your practice today. Maybe setting an intention for yourself. If that's difficult, allowing the suggestion of meeting yourself with kindness and curiosity to explore the freedom that you may feel on the mat. Just allowing yourself to drop the chin gently to the chest and taking a moment to find your intention for today. On your next inhale, lifting the chin to the ceiling. And on your exhale, dropping the chin back to the chest. Continuing this movement with your own breath and your own time. Holding your intention and your thoughts. Noticing that the body is moving in a yes. As you state your intention. When it feels right, coming back to a neutral neck position. And slowly beginning to draw a spiral in the sky with your chin. Beginning with small spirals. And with each round, linking it with your breath and beginning to create a larger spiral, moving out. Maybe there's a color with your spiral. Maybe there's a thought of kindness. Allowing the spiral to become so big that you feel a complete rotation of the head and neck. Spiraling outwards. Spreading curiosity and kindness outwards. And then reversing the direction, staying with the large spiral. And gently and slowly spiraling inwards. And with that, allowing the kindness and curiosity to also affect you inwardly. Spirals smaller and smaller. Until you return to a neutral neck position. Just taking a moment to notice how that felt on the body. simple movement. Inhaling, lifting the arms up above the head, reaching high, maybe the first stretch of the day. Reaching the fingertips towards the sky. And exhaling, bringing them behind the back, interlacing the fingers and bringing them down towards the base of the spine, moving the shoulders away from the ears, lifting through the top of your head. Breathing here. If the hands don't clasp, meeting that with kindness. Can you be curious about another pose that you can engage in that will open up the shoulders? Maybe you reach behind. Maybe you just rotate the shoulders. Can you allow yourself the freedom and the kindness to explore how you can move the shoulders, stretching them? If it works for your body, inhaling here, exhaling, slowly hinging at the hips and leaning forward. Maybe the arms come up. Again, allowing kindness and curiosity here. Doing what works for your body, allowing yourself the freedom to shift and change. Inhale lifts you back up. If your legs are crossed, switching across. And inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, clasping, and maybe clasping in a different way than you did before. Reaching the hands towards the base of the spine, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling through the top of the head, exhaling, bending forward. Breathing here. Your next inhale lifts you back up. Rotating the shoulders. Moving in one direction and then the other. Maybe one and then the other. Switching direction. Just playing with the rotation of the shoulders. Being kind to your body. And then finding stillness. Feeling the base of the spine on the mat and lifting up through the top of the head. Feeling your spine long. And taking 3 breaths into the space in between your vertebrae. Engaging the imagination, the part of the brain that allows us to feel free. Imagine breathing each breath, spreading the oxygen in between each of the vertebrae, from the neck all the way to the base of the spine. And then on your next inhale, planting the left hand, reaching the right up and over, stretching the right side of the body, and allowing freedom for yourself here. Feeling what your body needs. Stretching in that way. Inhale lifts And exhale over to the right, reaching with the left hand, stretching through the left side. Inhale, lifts and reaching with the right. Inhale, lifts, reaching. One more time, each side. Inhale, lifts, reaching with the right hand. Maybe create a little bit of movement here. Freedom for your own body. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, last time, reaching with the left hand. Inhale, lifts, both arms raised. And exhaling, twisting to the left. Maybe the right hand meets the left knee, left hand behind. And making the twist, tall, reaching through the top of the head on the inhale. And on the exhale, maybe twisting further. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, lifts through the top of the head. Exhale, twists. On your next inhale, lifting the arms and twisting to the right. Left hand meeting the knee, right hand behind. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twists. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, twists. And then allowing yourself freedom here to move back and forth between the twists. No need to follow me, allowing yourself to experiment, to be curious. The arms don't even have to lift. Can you allow yourself the freedom to play with the twist? And the kindness to listen to your own body. And when it feels right, coming back to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, lifting the chin, creating an arch in the back. And on the exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, rounds. And allowing yourself freedom here. Making any movements that feel right. Loosening up the spine in any way that works for your body. Moving through these 7 extensions. Loosening up. Can you allow yourself to just wiggle through the spine? Breathing into the spine, shaking it all off. Does that feel strange, or can you allow yourself that freedom to just shake through the spine? And then allowing yourself stillness when that feels complete. Just taking note of how you feel right now. And then slowly and gently coming into a tabletop position. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, feeling the hands and the palms flat on the mat. Engaging the arms strong, shoulders away from the ears, gaze towards the mat, feeling that spine long. Engaging the belly, pushing the belly button towards the spine while you're pushing the spine towards the belly button. Can you engage the legs here as well by pushing the tops of the feet into the mat? And even though it looks like we're not doing anything, can you engage all of the muscles in your body here? Pushing through the palms, pushing through the tops of the feet, engaging your core. Taking 3 breaths here. Notice when the muscles may move away from engagement, and can you re-engage them? Noticing that with kindness. And then on your next inhale, softening the muscles, dropping the belly towards the mat, lifting the chin towards the ceiling. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhaling, rounding the spine. One more here. Coming back to a neutral spine. Engaging the core, strengthening the arms, and moving the weight to the left side of the body. Can you lift the right leg strong behind, flexing the foot? Can you notice the balance, and can you feel equally weighted between the 3 points still on the mat? Pushing through the heel. And then if it feels right, can you play with lifting the left arm? And again, engaging in kindness here. Maybe it's a small movement. Engaging the core, pushing through those 2 roots still on the mat. Breathing here. Inhale, lifts, and exhale, bringing the elbow to the knee, to the nose. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, elbow to knee. And if this is too much, allowing yourself to change. Creating your own sense of freedom. One more here. And then reaching before your hand and your foot meet the mat. Again, feeling all 4 corners of the body resting on the mat. Engaging the core, pushing the belly button towards the spine, spine towards the belly button. Shifting to the right side, lifting the left leg strong behind. And then reaching the right arm. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, and then planting the hand, planting the knee, pushing back into child's pose. Breathing here. Noticing the breath with kindness. Meeting your body with kindness. Can you engage in curiosity if that felt like too much? Can you be curious about what you can do
to allow yourself to play with that movement in a different way. This is your practice. There's no right or wrong. Being mindful of the judgment of yourself or me or others. And then coming back to the tabletop position. Engaging the imagination and the curiosity. Shifting the weight to the left side. Lifting the right leg strong behind. Feeling the 3 points balanced. Lifting the left arm. Playing with that. Can you use a block if that's a challenge? Can you use the imagination to how you can adjust here? Pushing through the fingertips, flexing through the leg, feeling your core engaged. And then having the left hand meet the mat, lifting the right leg a little bit higher, bringing it over to the left, toes touch. Feeling both hands evenly weighted on the mat, inhaling and exhaling, glancing at the toes. Bringing the neck back, inhale, lifts the leg, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifts, exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, lifts, exhale, knee to nose. Reaching that leg back, and then returning the knee to the mat, feeling all four corners strong. Switching the weight to the right side, lifting the left leg back, flexing the foot, and then lifting the right arm. Breathing here. Inhale, lifts, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lifts, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lifts, last one. Lifting up, right hand plants, leaving the left leg strong behind. Inhale, lifts the legs and bring the toes over to the right. Inhale and exhale, glancing at the toes. Next inhale, lifts the leg strong and bringing in the knee to the nose on the exhale. Inhale, lifts, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifts, exhale, knee to nose. Lifting that leg strong and then returning it to the mat, pushing back into child's pose. Feeling your breath here. Noticing the thoughts. Allowing yourself to feel your breath and engage curiosity. On your next inhale, coming back up, tabletop. Feeling all 4 points strong and solid. Inhaling the right leg behind. And then slowly and mindfully bringing it over to the side. If you have enough room. And walking up. Feeling the hips even. If this is too much on the knee, being curious about what else you can do. Inhaling, lifting the arm. Exhaling, reaching over the leg. Inhale lifts you up, and exhale, reaching the right arm up and over. And height there could be helpful if you have a block. If there was judgment of me for not giving you a heads up, noticing that. Being kind with that. Inhale lifts you up. And exhale, reaching to the right. Inhale lifts. Exhale, reaching to the left with the right arm. Inhale lifts you back up, returning the hands. Engaging the core, lifting the right leg and bringing it slowly behind before returning the knee to the mat. Inhale, lifting the left leg strong. And then bringing it slowly and mindfully over to the left side. Walking up. Inhale, lifts the right arm, reaching over the leg. Exhale, bringing the right arm down, reaching with the left. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, reaching with the right. Inhale, lifts. Reaching with the left. Next inhale lifts you back up, bringing the hands back to the mat. Engaging the core, lifting the legs, slowly bringing it behind before returning the knee to the mat. Reaching back into child's pose. Breathing in child's pose. Noticing where the thoughts are. Can you engage kindness to allow yourself a sense of freedom? And coming back up, bringing the hands slightly forward, curling the toes, and lifting the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Allowing the head to be heavy, neck to be loose, hips high. Maybe you inhale and lift up on your toes. Exhale, pushing the top of the body towards the lower. Strong arms. Slowly lowering the heels to the mat. They never have to meet. Feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. Bending the knees a lot, looking forward at the hands, and walking or hopping to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Noticing how this feels on the body. Breathing into the internal organs, the backs of the legs. Allowing your head to be heavy and your neck to be loose. Breathing here. Inhaling, slowly rolling up. Feeling each vertebrae. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhaling, allowing them to come slightly back, rolling the shoulders down and back, curling the tailbone, and engaging in mountain pose, lifting through the top of the head. Can you feel your feet grounded and your entire body engaged in this pose? And if not, can you create some movement so that you feel that active mountain? Inhaling, lifting the arms. Exhaling, arms come to a T, forward fold. Slowly and mindfully feeling the stretch in the back of the legs, allowing the head to be heavy and loose wherever you fall. Breathing here. Then bending the knees as much as it takes to plant the hands and bring the right foot back. High lunge. Can you take 3 breaths here with the intention of lowering the hip towards the mat? Feeling a release in the right hip. And then dropping the knee, if it wasn't already, planting the foot, top of the foot on the mat. And on your next inhale, engaging the core, lifting the arms up. Breathing here. Exhaling, hands meet the mat, curling the toes, lifting the knee, and pushing back with the left foot into high plank. Breathing here. Dropping the knees if that works best for you. Bending the elbows, slowly lowering to the mat. Forehead meets, feet flat. Inhaling, lifting the head. Exhaling, dropping the forehead to the mat. Curling the toes, lifting up through plank, downward facing dog. Hips high, head low. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and walking or hopping to the top of the mat, hanging in forward fold. Breathing here. Massaging the internal organs. Engaging that curiosity. And then slowly rolling up. Inhale, lifts the arms. Exhale, arms come to a T, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Bending the knees as much as it takes to bring the hands to the mat, and then bringing the left leg back into a high lunge. Breathing here, 3 breaths, releasing the left hip. Slowly dropping the knee, flattening the foot, and on your next inhale, lifting the arms up. Breathing here. Inhaling, exhaling, arms meet the mat, curling the toes, lifting the knee, and bringing the right foot back to meet high plank, taking 3 breaths here. Feeling your body strong. Engaging curiosity. Am I actually able to do more than my mind is saying I can do? And then bending the elbows, slowly lowering down. Forehead meets the mat. Feet flat. Inhaling, lifting the head. Exhaling, forehead to mat. Curling the toes, lifting up through plank, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Bending the knees, looking forward at the hands, and just bringing the right foot back, or forward, rather. And then bringing the left foot to meet, hanging and forward fold. Allowing the upper body to waterfall off the lower. Bending the knees, slowly rolling up. Rolling the shoulders up and back when you get to the top, curling the tailbone under, tightening the muscles around the bones and the entire body. Can you feel your feet solidly rooted into the ground? Your head lifting. And then allowing yourself the freedom to find your way to the mat in whatever way works best for you. And bringing the knees to the chest, hugging them tight. Feeling the back on the floor, supported by the ground. Feeling the hips, softening into them. Allowing the arms to come out to a T, or if your space is smaller, cactus arming them, bending them at the elbows. Taking an inhale here and an exhale, slowly lowering the knees to the right. Attempting to keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Little twist in the spine. Inhaling here, exhaling, maybe glancing over the left fingertips. Breathing into the twist. Next inhale lifts the knees, and exhale slowly lowering to the left. Inhaling here, exhaling, maybe glancing over the right fingertips. And breathe in here. Next, inhale lifts the knees back up, hugging them close again. And allowing one foot to meet the mat, the other one to meet, bringing the feet wide. Allowing the arms and hands to be wherever they're most comfortable. Inhaling here, exhaling, slowly dropping the knees to the right. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, slowly dropping the knees to the left. And then allowing yourself the freedom to move back and forth here. Being curious about the parts of your body that you feel as you move from side to side. Can you meet anything you notice with kindness? Breathing and moving. And then slowly finding a final pose that works for your body today. bringing any supports in that you feel you want and need. Being curious about that. Noticing if you're limiting yourself. And can you offer yourself kindness to be free? And as you nestle into your final resting pose, with each exhale, can you feel the body softening towards the floor? Feeling the body breathing in, and as the body exhales, feeling that release, softening the muscles towards the floor. Noticing where the thoughts are right now. Meeting that with curiosity and kindness. If they've jumped to what you're about to do next, can you be curious about that? Isn't that interesting? My mind is jumping me forwards. Maybe it was jumping backwards. Can you be curious about if you could play with staying right here, right now, allowing yourself to feel the relaxation, allowing that kindness for yourself, noticing the freedom in each moment. Curiosity, imagination, gratitude, freedom, all lie in the same part of the brain. Which one feels easiest to engage? Play with it. Can you be grateful right now, noticing the privilege and the freedom that we have right now to be laying on our mats? So much gratitude, so much freedom. If we allow ourselves to stay in this moment. Gratitude for all it took for us and for people to create this sense of freedom we have right now to lay here. Notice the freedom. Engaging the imagination. What would would you do if you felt totally free? What would your life look like if you were totally free? What image comes to mind with freedom? Can you be curious about how you're meeting that question in your mind? What would I do if I felt totally free? Can you notice that there are at least thoughts, parts of those thoughts that you could engage today? Noticing freedom. Allowing yourself to feel free. Are you making rules for yourself that can be let go? Playing with noticing and engaging kindness. Playing with the idea of freedom. Remembering your intention that you may have started this class with. And taking a few breaths into that intention. Each exhale, softening the body towards the floor. Allowing yourself to be curious about the idea that you may be actually a lot more free than you believe that you are. Can you play with that freedom today? Slowly beginning to create movement in the body. Stretching in any way that feels good to you. Feeling free to move. And gently and slowly allowing yourself to come back up to a seated position. Noticing how that feels on the body right now. Inhaling, lifting the arms, taking anything that was helpful, and exhaling, letting anything else go.
Doing that one more time. Gently opening the eyes if they were closed. Coming back to whatever space you are in. Thank you for joining me in this practice today. And I send you off with kindness. And I'm very curious about how everyone will play with their own freedoms. Enjoy the day.